Okay, hey, we're here. We're here.
I'm here.
He's here. Welcome back to Roundless Episodes. No. Welcome back to Round Last Turn episode 6. If you've seen Round Last Turn episode 5, if you're wondering why we're wearing the same clothes, it's because we're recording
clones.
this. We're clones who are also recording this right after we did the last episode. So
Yes.
We're in it for the long haul tonight, folks. Welcome back to Round Last Turn. We're not going to really talk about what's been going on because of the same stuff that's been going on since the last episode.
I will have conquered AIDS. I've cured AIDS by the time this comes out.
I mean, I went to the bathroom in between.
He did literally go to the bathroom.
episodes, so
I'm pretty sure I stared into the camera while he did that. No, what did I do? I looked at my phone. I've looked at my phone recently.
Looked at memes.
I did look at memes.
Browsing the interweb. So, yes, we are recording this right after the last episode, and that is because...
I also discussed the origin of the word cocktail with someone via text.
Oh, wait, I'm about to learn. Okay. No, I'm genuinely curious.
Cocktail
Yes.
referred originally to a horse with a docked or cut tail.
Okay.
And so if a horse had a cocktail in its breeding line, it was technically not considered a thoroughbred. So a cocktail would be an adulterated, like mixed breed horse. And so cocktail to drink would be a liquor adulterated with something else.
I see. How about that? You know, you come to Last Turn Films to learn, if nothing else.
We were last
You certainly don't come for comedy, so...
It's true.
That's interesting. Why do you know that?
I hear things.
Whispers
No, I don't know,
on
man.
the wind.
I can't remember what I did last week, but
true.
I can remember that.
I remember what you did last week.
My mind palace is filled with just terror.
I know what you didn't do last week, and that is record Round Last Turn, because here we are.
For the fourth week in a row, did not do that.
Yeah, so the reason we're recording this one so soon after the last one is because we released another film, and the last one was a long one. We talked all about the Dirt Locker. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
We shenaniganed a lot.
Yeah, as we usually do. But tonight, this morning, whatever time it is that you're watching, we're talking about The Private Eye, which was, as of this recording, the last film that we released.
Correct.
The latest film that we released.
Yes, it was the latest film we released. It was a fun one to make, I think, and one of my favorites overall.
Yeah, so what I liked about The Private Eye, and this is true for The Dirt Locker as well, but it marks the second time that we were going for a genre.
Yes.
A style. You know, we had whole eras of films to draw from, tropes and stuff like the Venetian blinds and high contrast, low saturation. So let's see. We'll start with pre-production because we usually do. The idea. Do you remember where the idea for Private Eye came from?
It had to have come from something. Like, I can almost guarantee you it was I was doing a fake narration to either one of my friends or somebody was doing it to me, and we went, hello?
Yeah.
Like, I can almost guarantee you that was the
Probably.
that was the joke.
That makes sense.
But I don't actually remember.
But it's fun. There are a couple things.
Sorry, it's not an exciting tale.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, a couple things I really like about the script. One was the film noir aspect. It's just fun.
Yeah, I figured it would be fun to shoot, and we could rely on tropes easily.
Yeah. This one, in terms of crew, it was us, Lauren, who was the leading lady of the film, also helped out, but we also brought Nick back on, who is the DP that we usually work with, who does a fantastic job, and we love working with him.
So it was a small crew.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it was a small shoot, comparatively.
Yes. A couple other things I really liked about the script is I like the twist.
Yeah. I love the twist. It's one of the few scripts that I actually look back on and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Of my own writing.
I give it a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll watch it and be like, why the fuck did I write that? Dude, there's already the Dirt Locker. There's like a decent amount of lines and I'm like, that's bad.
Yeah.
Why would I fucking write that?
Yeah, it's inevitable, unfortunately.
But so far, it's actually one of the few that I look back on and I really don't have an issue.
What
Not that it's perfect. But.
So I love the twist. I love that we are in a trope and then we just kind of drop it all.
Yeah.
Like one cut, everything's gone. The suspension of disbelief or whatever, it's gone. Suddenly we're in an infomercial. Love it. Another thing I really like about this is it marks the first time on Last Turn Films, in any of our films, that we have a female.
Correct.
In one of the roles, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you go back and look through all our films, we don't have any girls. We have friends who are female.
Our first films are us and our roommates.
Yeah.
And then it turned into we were just writing roles for who we knew, for us two, really.
Yeah.
We were writing roles for us two, and then be like, oh, Alex is there, who's one of our roommates. So it was just a lot of our early stuff was very much who's around that we could use right now.
Yes. So
and we live with guys, so
right. So I was happy about that. Lauren is my girlfriend, and she did a great job.
Correct, she did.
She
Agreed.
was hesitant, but she was generous enough to be willing to participate, and I owe her big time.
Oh, the camera loves me.
Let's talk about location a little bit.
Sure.
So
We needed an office.
We did.
And it needed to look old.
It did. And this is, let's see if I can do this on the fly. The second time we actually shot at a location that isn't our house.
Yeah.
Because the first time was Heaven Inc.,
Which is also an office.
which is also an office. So it's my mother's office. And like you said, we wanted it to look old. And I had seen her office before. And I thought it could work really, really well because not only did it have that big bank of windows right behind the desk, we didn't actually rearrange her office. That's her desk is arranged in that, or oriented in that position with the windows behind it. And they already had the Venetian blinds. So I saw that and I was like, So she was generous.
He stroked
enough.
his chin, I'm sure,
I
in
did.
real life.
Yes. It got all up in there.
Like a 20s villain.
Yeah. Just
Snidely Whiplash.
So she was generous to offer that up. Now, that brought in a couple of complications, as location shooting often does. One of them was that we were shooting at night. And so now it was nice because I'm obviously more comfortable asking my mother for favors than a random stranger. But we did have to get in there. She had to let us in late at night. And we shot pretty late into the night.
It's like 2 a.m.
We were planning, so it was a very short script. And we were planning on being in and out as quick as possible because it's brief. We figured we could probably do it.
Yeah, we were thinking, I think we planned for 3 hours, right?
Yeah, and we didn't have a schedule. We had a shot list, but we didn't have it scheduled. And we were coming off of the Dirt Locker, which was very scheduled.
Pretty rapidly. It was like 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later we shot.
That's true. It was that quick.
Yeah.
And so, we were planning to get out of there quick, but as things often do on set, complications arose. Obviously, we lost track of time.
I don't even know why it took us that long. Like I'm trying to think like what there was no one thing that
I think it was just a matter of doing a lot of rehearsals and takes and stuff like that. Things always take longer than you expect them to.
It was a lot of takes. It was a lot of we were like debating costume, like we were like changing things around, and it just we were all a little tired. We were all like a little already. We came into it moving a little slowly.
Yeah,
and we were like, "Hey,
I'm getting the Mrs. Lens mixed up. It's like 12:30. We wrapped up probably around like 2? Yeah, 2 in the morning.
I think almost exactly. Yeah.
And then we had to pack up equipment, make sure that my mom's office was all as it was. She had to work on Monday morning. We filmed on a Saturday, so very late. And we were all kind of troopers. No one was more of a trooper than Nick, though.
100%. He came off of another shoot.
During the day he was shooting a different film.
And then he came with
which I've since seen and was very good. He did a good job.
Was that the World War II one?
No, that was it was a different one.
Okay.
So he was on set all day and then left that and showed up at our set
at like 8 or 9 or whatever.
And we had already like set up the lights and stuff like that. And then he filmed until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And did a great job as he always does.
Nick is cameraman extraordinaire.
So let's talk about lighting. So lighting is very important in film noir.
Correct.
And
in all films, but
true, a very, very good point.
But yes, using lighting to set mood, especially in noir and other films of that nature, is very important.
So this one, we lit it primarily with one light, and it was a big old HMI right outside the big bank of windows.
8 million watts.
$8 million. I love the begrudging look, but like you still did it, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's because I love you, man. Yeah, it was a big ass HMI, and we were trying to simulate essentially like street light in a city.
Yeah. And there was a bit of a complication with that. So originally we wanted to try and get it up super high.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be moonlight. However, this office was on the second floor.
But it was like second and a half.
Yeah.
Worth
it was pretty high
space.
up. Right, because the foundation was a little off the ground. And
we shot it, and it was a haunted nunnery.
True.
Convent.
Yeah. And so we couldn't quite get up to the height that we
Connecticut,
wanted.
most haunted state in the U.S.
It's true.
It is.
Yeah.
It's actually true.
We couldn't get it quite up to the height we wanted, even on a highboy and even on a set of stairs. Mm-hmm. But we were like, you know what? We'll make it work. It'll be street light.
Yeah.
I still think it looks awesome.
I think it worked
Actually,
really well.
If anything, I think it may have worked out really well because the light
comes up into your face and you look down into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. And we did have fog on this one as well.
But we took precautions.
There's only one fire alarm to deal with.
And we quadruple bagged it and like sealed it. Yeah.
And luckily it was out in the hallway.
So we could keep the fog in the room, yeah.
I'm happy to report there were no issues.
Not once.
With fire alarms. So let's see. So lighting. Oh, and then we had like another light panel and like an LED wand.
Yeah.
Just to
where is
fill
that
in.
wand? Is that Nick's wand?
That's Nick's wand.
Okay.
It's Nick's wand.
I was like, I haven't seen that since. I'm a little concerned.
So lighting was very fun. And then we had a big LED light. And that's what we used to do the silhouette shadow on the wall of Lauren. And that was a fun setup to try and do because one of the big tropes that we talked about was that silhouette on the frosted glass. But the one thing that my mother's office did not have was a frosted glass door.
Because nobody has those anymore.
Right.
What, doctors, I guess? I don't know.
And so we improvised, and we did it by casting that light on that white wall. And it actually, we were going into it just expecting it to look like a shadow. But the way it's lit, it looks like... So it's not a frosted glass.
It's clear what we're implying. It's clear what we're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of that. And I was like thrilled when I saw that because I wasn't expecting that to look that good.
Yeah, look at that shadow.
In terms of the actual filming, no real surprise. Oh, no, two surprises. The first one was we had some trouble casting the two doctors that enter with you.
Yeah, there was it took us. I'm trying to remember why this fell through because I don't think my friends or people like flaked out on us. I think it was like one at a time. Like somebody couldn't make it, and then I went to the next person, and then they were like, "I think so." Yeah. Like, let me check, and then it just got to the shoot day, and we had one person who's like, "I don't know, maybe."
Yeah,
and they were like, "Hey man, I can't make it," and so we were on our way there trying to figure it out.
Well, we actually went to dinner.
Yeah. We went and grabbed food after we set up the lights, and we were thinking about who the fuck could we call. And I had just spoken with my father, just by virtue. He just called me and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he happened to be the town over from where we were shooting. I was like, "Hey, you got 25 minutes?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, do you have 25 minutes?" And he was like, "Yeah, I can swing by." And then that leads your mother to go, "Hey, Mark, your dad's in the area, right?" And so Mark calls his father. He's like, "Hey, you got 25 minutes?" And so they both came and got to be in the film.
Yeah, and we got that first.
In half an hour.
Yeah, and we scheduled that first, got it done, and wrapped on them and let them go.
It was cool. My dad saying he was like, it was really cool actually being able to see you guys on set and like see what that looked like. That was really cool.
I know. My father was like pretty excited about the idea.
Yeah.
I know like he never would have admitted it like at the moment, but I know he was like really interested, kind of similar story, just to like be a part of it.
Yeah. Of course, my dad now every time I speak with him goes, I'm thinking I should get more royalties than I get. And I was like, yeah, you can get 5% on nothing? Sure.
Yeah, as soon as you start making money, then we'll pay you.
So that was the first big treble.
Yeah, and that's a fun little fact.
Which we fixed, very quickly at the end. It just serendipity worked out.
Yeah.
And they did a great job.
They did. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I think again, like many of the things that end up working out, I think it worked out for the better because the original people that we had in store, while it would have worked just fine, in the script, those characters are dragging me out of the room as I'm having like a mental breakdown. And it makes more sense because your dad and my father are both like obviously bigger than I am. And it made more sense that they were like the muscle that was like coming in and like yanking me out of this room as I was like looking for this voice. I have to find that voice. So I think it worked out in our favor.
Completely.
Another little fun thing on set. So Lauren, our leading lady, doesn't have much experience acting. But it was funny because
she had acted the crap out of all of us.
Yeah, and one story in particular that I want to share with you guys is we in the part of The Private Eye where she's going into the story about what happened to her, and I start hearing the voiceover, but like we needed to have her
talk
saying something
20 seconds.
Yeah. We didn't have that in the script.
In the script, it wrote trails off into, and then we went into the voiceover because that's what I needed to. That was what we were going to be hearing as an audience. And
so Tim put that together on set, and he gave it to Lauren, and Lauren sat down with it for like a minute, and we're like, all right, let's get a take. And we hop in, and
I think I said you don't need to know this.
Yeah,
it's fine. You can read it for this take. I want to put you in front of the camera and see what's going on.
And so we do it, and she sets it aside, and we do a take, and she reads what Tim wrote. Well, not reads it. She says what Tim wrote perfectly without reading it in her, the subtle accent that she was doing. And at the end of the take, Tim and I just looked at each other and were like, what the fuck? Like,
I think I said, is that what I wrote? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what you wrote. And I was like, what? Wow.
And we're like, okay, you're just so much better at lines than Tim or I are.
Line?
So she really kind of knocked out of the park. I thought she did a really good job acting overall.
Yep.
But just in terms of being prepared with her lines.
Especially with my direction.
Yeah.
All right. Smile? No, less than that. No, less than that.
Yeah.
Lauren, is that smirk, I guess. See, less than that, too.
And her putting her costume together was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So the dress was hers.
Yep.
But then we also got the gloves and the
stole.
And, she has very, this keeps shutting off. It's probably very distracting. Oh, there it is. She has incredibly curly hair. But for this, we were going to have.
No, actually, I didn't say that because I didn't want to cast judgment on a female because that's looked down on.
What?
I did not say she should have straight hair.
No, I know. But
in today's day and age, you cannot say anything about a woman's appearance. And I didn't want to do that to your girlfriend, Well, and because I respect her.
Then I appreciate that.
Ladies.
So what I meant to say is, out of a conversation Lauren and I had,
I think it worked better, and it is what I wanted, but I didn't say that.
It was determined that if she was willing to, straight hair might be the way to go, and she was willing. And then we also had matching earrings and a necklace, which
broke.
The necklace broke like right before we started doing the first take, and we tried like super glue. I had my dad, when he showed up for that take, I was like, hey, can you bring some super glue? He was really trying to like put it together. And at the end of the day, gaff tape, really
is better than duct tape.
It's
I don't know why.
The best thing. Yeah. We ended up just putting a little bit on the back of it, and you could never tell, but that held it together for the rest of the shoot.
Post-production also went well.
Post-production was really nothing. It was super simple, no special effects.
And that was the first one we did using our new product management software.
That's true.
And so we actually had a much smoother and more involved edit process.
Yeah, it was nice being able to...
Hey, this exact clip, what do you want me to do on this?
Yeah.
Try this, this, and this.
Yep.
And then we had it all sub-segmented, and it was great.
Here are 3 different versions of a title popping up. Which one do you like?
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. And, again, working with the film noir trope in post-production was fun. The music. So the music track, which was stock, I actually found, like, when you wrote the script, I was like, this is going to be fun. And I think I went and found the track that we used. And, like, every time I would do any planning, like, or just, like, read the script, or, like, even just practicing the voiceover, I would listen to the music. And that would, like, really kind of get me in the mood, which was fun. What were you going to say?
I was going to move on. What you were saying was valid.
So and, like, even adding in, like, the cityscape noises.
Which I think brought it together a lot.
Yeah, and doing, like, the voiceover work and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Voiceover work, this was the first time that we had, like, a lot of voiceover stuff.
Speaking of, our very good friend Dina provided the voiceover at the end of the commercial segment. I think she did it in 2 takes.
Yes, yeah, she did it very quickly. She was also perfect for it.
So shout out to her as the unseen cast member.
Yep.
She did a great job.
She did.
And I would definitely work with her again.
So this was it was fun. It was a fun experience.
Straightforward.
Like many of our films, I've heard good things. I haven't heard any bad things. If you hate it, let us know.
This was the first one that our friends, I think, really connected with for some reason. Some of them.
Oh, yeah.
They've watched them all,
Yeah.
obviously being our friends. But this one, especially Mike, our buddy, he was like really, really saying like, hey, this is like good YouTube content. This is like what a YouTube comedy sketch should be. I don't know if that's we're getting better or if we just struck it on this one, or if we know our audience more. I don't know.
Yeah, I also think this one works quite well because it's quicker.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Gets to the point.
Which all of our next films, I think, are that kind of not quite that speed, but still fast.
Yeah. So I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Nope, it's gone.
Oh no, that was just a pleasant shoot.
It was. I remember.
Oh.
So the bloopers are live now.
Yes.
Like all our films, we made some bloopers. The bloopers are fun. We like our bloopers too much.
Yeah, way too much. Like you and I like our bloopers way more than we like our films.
Yes, so check those out if you're interested. We don't have any behind the scenes for this one. We knew it was going to be late.
Much.
We knew it was going to be a quick shoot. So yeah, there wasn't much to show except the stuff that we are showcasing in the bloopers, which I think there are some pretty funny moments in there. So the next thing you can expect from us is, I guess, the next What If Band Names Were Literal.
Yes.
Which has already been filmed and needs to be edited.
Correct.
If you're not familiar with what that is by now,
check it out. We have one up on our
We have one up.
channel.
We'll have another soon. And send us your favorite bands because we would love to have you guys participate in that. We actually have, in this next one, we have one that was submitted to us by someone who watched the last one, which I'm excited to hopefully we do them proud and they like what we did with it.
They're like puns, but like long form. It's weird.
They're like riddles. It's like skit riddles. Skittles. Brilliant. TM. That's not copyrighted, right? So look forward to that. And what's very exciting is, so we're talking about, we in the last one we talked about the Dirt Locker. Now we talked about the Private Eye. We have a number of films that are already in the works. One of them's filmed. One of them is half filmed, and that'll make sense when we release it and talk about it. We have 2 more that are fully fleshed out and scheduled and like ready to go. Like there's a lot happening right now, and I'm very excited to
three scripted.
Yeah, and another big one on the horizon. So
Looking for a September or October shoot for that.
Something like that. And I'm very...
That's probably technically bigger than Dirt Locker.
Yeah, location-wise, it's going to be a little
Cast
all over
too.
the place. Cast,
More
yeah.
speaking.
Yep, that's true. It's more of like an ensemble cast, which
Yeah.
is fun. But I hope you guys are interested in seeing what's coming up because we're working on a lot of stuff, and I'm very excited because it's nice to have momentum.
Yeah,
And it's nice
to have a backlog of stuff.
Yeah.
Like we just can crank out whenever we get a chance.
And, we'll keep doing Run Less Turns to update you. One thing we have been toying with, with all of the films and the behind the scenes and the blooper stuff that we edit, there's a lot. There's a lot to edit. And it kind of bogs us down a bit. So one thing that we've been toying with is, and we talked about this, I think in episode 3, the idea of live streaming this Run Less Turn. We don't script it anyway. So if anything, the benefits are twofold. We don't have to edit it. So it's kind of like we do it and it's immediately available to you guys. And you guys can also participate if you're able to join the live stream and if you want to submit questions and stuff like this. If you go back to our earlier Around Their Last Turn episodes, this was always designed to be obviously us
Conversational.
discussing. But if you guys want to know anything about our process or anything we're working on.
Or us.
Let us know.
We're why you show up.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to encourage that. So we think that live streaming may, if we're able to make it happen, we have a lot of logistical stuff to figure out.
Yeah.
That may be in the future. So this has been about half hour now. So I think we can
Call it.
If you guys have stuck around, as always, thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
If you're still here, in the comments, put black tie optional.
We hope you guys keep enjoying our films, and we'll see you on the next round.
Keep turning the page.
I was going more for Bob Seger, Turn the Page.
Yeah, I know. I realized that, and then I thought about saxophones. I failed this city.